You know, Sonic fan characters come in many shapes and sizes. Well, not really. If they did, they would have been a lot more original. What I really mean is they come in many different styles. Tanic the Hedgehog was very edgy, but there are some that are a lot more basic. And the person we're talking about today has slowly risen into infamy. Today on old YouTube, which I guess this episode technically counts as in this Sonic Zero thing I'm doing, we are going to be taking a look at Tanic the Hedgehog.
I am a hedgehog.
A hedgehog? Wait. Hedgehogs can't talk?
Oh, but do they dance?
Tanic the Hedgehog was another infamous Sonic fan character in the YouTube scene in the time of the late 2000s. Typically, it was found on Cringe compilations, but in recent years has gained a resurgence because other popular YouTubers covered it. Tanic is oddly similar to Bloodshot in many ways, both being a web series I believe came around during the same time, but different how it's handled. Where Bloodshot was celebrating the edgy side, Tanic was more light and goofy, and instead of relying on screenshots, Tanic tried the Space Jam approach of being live action but with an animated character. Tanic was created by Petur Wentzlau, who's made a few short videos on his channel, but Tanic was going to be his magnum opus, releasing 2 videos. The plot is that Tanic, an alien hedgehog, comes crashing to Earth. Well, I think he's an alien, I'm not really sure. He is found by the creator, Peter, and the two become fast friends. As he's sitting there like a derelict. That is until Dr. Neo finds their location.
Where is Tanic? We gotta find him.
Tanic the Hedgehog is Sonic, but orange. Very unfortunate design. But really, why? Why couldn't you at least make something different or unique? I mean, at least Cold Steel tried to be somewhat different with his own style. It's literally the Blonic meme. I just don't get it.
So you're a hedgehog, eh? Now, come inside.
I will compliment that the kid does have some energy in his acting. It's not phoning in or anything. And I have heard some people defend the animation, not that it's good, but that for someone his age, it is somewhat impressive. Now I should note that Peter's from Denmark, so his English is actually pretty poor. Though other than calling him a hedgehog, I say he did pretty decently all things considered. Tanic tells the kid that he is from another planet, but he is thrown off a ship by the evil Dr. Neo.
Neo? So you mean there's more than just you? I can understand.
The Mad Doctor tracks him down to his house, where he beats up Peter.
Finish him. Neo wins. Fatality.
Dr. Neo wins the day and escapes. What the hell, they didn't even fight yet. The episode ends, and shortly after, episode 2 is released. A lot of it is just Peter playing a pinball game for some reason. I can't tell if this is a joke because there's so many better games to play, or he generally wants to show off how much he really likes his licensed title. And there's another fan character that appears. Rex the Wolf? Fox? He's Tanic's rival and friend, I guess.
I'm 10 times better than you, and I can prove it, you motherfucker.
And that's all that really happens in episode 2, where even less happens. One thing that's kind of strange is that Peter is the one that gets a short end of the stick. He gets his ass kicked by the main villain, and the second one he gets his hand crushed.
Yeah, well then, nice to meet ya.
And hi there, cowboy. How's it going?
It's going fine. At least I can't play with a worker with this hand anymore. Thanks for the help.
Well, sorry.
Christian is a lonely virgin with autism, but Sonichu is a Chad with a girlfriend, with all that being ableist self-hatred. It does kind of remind me of that, but I don't think that's what's going on here. Because in the shorts, Tanic isn't all that cool. He doesn't even fight. In the second episode, he gets his ass kicked by Rex, who is shown to be the quote-unquote badass one. Though I am confident that he could beat up the Lightbringer. He also looks like he's high on both cocaine and meth at the exact same time.
Only one more to go. And I must find them first before Tanic, so I can rule supreme!
Since then, episode 3 has been somewhat of a small meme within the, Tanic lore of people wanting to see Peter's return. Apparently there were a lot of scripting issues in episode 3. The videos are pretty simple, so I can't imagine what they might be. Looking at his DeviantArt shows some hints of what the third video might have been like. The third video would have debuted Wee the Hedgehog, whose gimmick is that he's a freaking idiot. And as the videos are anything to go by, I'm pretty sure Peter would have been the one to eat those poison hot dogs, just from how unlucky he is. There was also a planned series called Awesome Man, which would have been an original concept, probably using the same animation. After many other popular YouTubers talked about him, Peter has gained a little bit of a small, ironic following, just for how so bad good these videos are. Now these are all simple videos, so there's not really a lot to talk about in the first place. There's nothing other than the boy and his hedgehog scene present. And even then, there's not a lot of screen time with Peter and Tanic because he's too busy playing pinball. I do get an impression this series was more fun to think about than it actually is making it. Which leads to the unfunny mess you see here, where scenes probably were a little more limiting than he thought. I would know because I could kind of relate. Not to mention, little scenes should have been cut out or edited better, as well as ignorance of how hated the Sonic fanbase was at the time. Though, in the end, it was a losing battle regardless of what direction he took, because, you know, it's Sonic recolors. I do wonder if he actually did just stuck with the superhero concept, then maybe things would have been differently. You know, I get an impression this is one of those things that seemed like a good idea at the time. But bad ideas can be good. Because I'm sure the superhero one would have gotten low views, where Tanic kinda became somewhat of a meme. But he has moved on since. In recent years, his channel could be found where he takes up coding, which is fitting since his past animation passions. But it's in a different language. He also confirms that Tanic is in the Bahamas, in a very quick-made response to a hate comment. Though it sounds canon enough for me.
Also, by the way, I have no clue where Tanic is at the moment. He said he left for the Bahamas. He's out there chilling somewhere in Zanzibar Islands. Let's just say that.
So it is good to see a happy ending of him achieving his dream in another way. So, what do you think? Was Tanic a good idea or a bad idea? Or a bad idea that became a good idea? So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want, you can see some of my other content. The third video will be something that you'd least expect. Hope to see you soon.